A new method has been discovered for the solo tombstone duplication glitch. What's going on, guys? Wesley here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys both methods that you can do right now that are guaranteed to work. However, one is faster than the other, and I'm going to be comparing both times. So let's get into it. Make sure you comment below what your acquisition stash is currently at. I'm actually running out. I'm at 80 out of 10 right now, but I know a lot of you guys are at 200. So just general rule of thumb, make sure you craft these items instead of taking them out of your stash. And with that, let's get into the requirements. So first and foremost, you're going to need 3,000 essence to get this glitch started, or alternatively, you're going to need 1,000 essence as well as a tombstone soda can. But I highly suggest that at the start of this glitch, you do not use the can, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Now, me personally, I like to do the tier 2 delivery contracts. Why? Because they're pretty brain dead. I mean, you can do one of these contracts within 5 minutes. You just find it on the map, knock it out. It is very easy to do. You don't get killed by zombies, and you can get your essence. So once you finish that contract and you have your 3,000 essence, you are good to go. What you need to do next is go ahead and buy Tombstone. So make sure that wherever it is on the map, you go and get it. I decided just to go to the Wonder Fizz, so go ahead and get Tombstone. Now at this point, you wouldn't need 3,000. You actually only need 1,000 if you have a Tombstone soda can in your inventory. But I highly suggest that you go ahead and throw it into your Tombstone when you do this glitch. So I highly suggest that you purchase Tombstone. Do not use your can. Go throw it in your stash, because once you do this glitch twice, you will always have a backup can, and you can always use it and immediately get it every single game, thus reducing the amount of money that you need to spend by 2,000 every single game. But you will always, and here's an important note, you will always need 1,000 essence to do this glitch. So anyway, here I am at Tombstone. I obviously do not have a soda can because it is currently on cooldown, unfortunately, so I'm going to go ahead and purchase Tombstone. Alright, so I'm not going to bore you with the details of how to buy Tombstone. However, once you get it, make your way over to Bad Signal. You should have all of the items that you want to duplicate, Tombstone equipped, as well as at least 1,000 essence. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you both of the paths that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So here's path 1. And this is the original path that I posted. What you want to do is follow the path that I do here. And what you're going to look for is a portal. Now, these ether portals are spread out throughout the map. So go ahead and run through the courtyard here. You're going to run through this door, and you're going to run up this stairs to the second floor. Now, when you get to the second floor, the code that I'm going to be showing you guys is the second fastest. I'm going to show you the fastest one in a second. But this is a great backup, and even if you want to just practice, I would highly suggest this method over the other one. So let's go ahead and look at all the codes available now. You'll notice that number 7 is at the top right corner of the map. Just keep note of that, as well as this code. You're going to need to memorize it or have it handy. So you notice that symbol in the middle, that one has a similar symbol that looks like more like a U. I have people comment sometimes and say, hey, the code does nothing for me. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for you because you are entering the wrong code. So just keep in mind and just keep watch, because it can be messed up. So make sure that you have all the items and essence that you want to duplicate, and go ahead and enter that code now. Now, once you've entered all 3 symbols into this code, if you didn't know, it's going to offer you a portal. Now, you need to stand back and make sure you're not too close, otherwise your character will automatically take the portal. So go ahead and activate it, jump off, and follow the path that I do here. Now, it's quicker to cut across the courtyard, in my opinion, than taking the stairs or going around, obviously. Secondly, I suggest that you drop your gun. That way you can run faster. So go ahead and activate the Dark Ether Rift for Bad Signal. Then you're going to immediately turn around and head back to that original portal. It does not stay open long, so make sure that you do this as fast as possible. You can buy stamina up to save time, but just watch the timing in a minute whenever the portal gets accepted, and you'll know when you need to get to the out of bounds line. Now, as soon as you go through this portal, you need to turn right outside of the building and run straight for the out of bounds. Now, what I like to do is wait until this timer to vote for yes to get down to 1. Then I accept it as I'm running, and you should be in the out of bounds before it gets to around 5 seconds. So when you accept the portal, it usually gets to around like 7 seconds for me. Just make sure you do this as fast as possible. Now on console, you're going to close the game on eliminated right here. On PC, you are going to close it on this black screen. It's that simple. And after that, when you come back into the game, you're actually going to have all of the items that you left with, as well as your tombstone being at the graveyard just like before. All right, so let's get into the second method. It's a little bit faster than the first, but I highly suggest that you memorize both codes just in case you're in a time crunch or one for whatever reason stops working. Alright, so here we are back at the Bad Signal portal. Now, it's pretty simple, alright? This is going to be a similar method to the last one. However, there's going to be a key difference here, so make sure that you watch carefully. So we're back at this building and we're going to follow the same path that we did before. Now, always make sure that you take the same exact path doing this. You want to kind of find some simplicity in this because I know that this is more complicated than the original Tombstone duplication glitch of drowning yourself and going through here. So let's bring back up this guide. All right, so to keep things simple, we're going with number 19. Here's the code, and where it's going to be bringing you is this location. So go back in the video if you need to rewatch that, but essentially we're going to enter that code into this. Here's the last symbol right here. Make sure that you know which ones you're clicking because again, these look similar. And I actually turn my back. It makes it a little bit quicker, and you run off after buying it, and you want to follow the path that I do. Cutting across here is a little bit quicker. And then you want to go ahead and drop your weapon. Make sure you don't have a scorcher as your secondary because that will literally slow you down. But even with all of this, I'm still able to beat the time with the other method, which you will see in a minute. I'll actually have an overlay of the other time and show you how much faster this method is. So let's get back to the portal. We're going to make our way through the courtyard yet again, and we're going to go up this stairs here. Now, again, I think it's about like 45 seconds. I really don't know how long it is, but just be very quick with it. So as soon as you come out, just turn right and run for the water. So what you want to do is you want to run for this corner that I'm looking at. That is the quickest possible way to get there. And then once you get into the water, just simply stay near the edge. And what's going to happen is you'll be able to still run at full speed and you will get into the red zone even quicker. So let's go ahead and compare those two times. So just to do a proper comparison with just these two runs, keep in mind it will vary probably a second or two depending on how fast you are. We're going to compare how fast you get to the out of bounds zone before you actually get to 0 on the countdown. So you're going to see I actually get close to the edge here, and then I'm going to go ahead and accept the time. And let's compare this to the other method. Now, even though I had the mishap with the scorcher, you can see here I beat it by a full second. Now, what that tells me is if I didn't make that mistake, I could have easily beat this by 2 seconds. And a lot of people I've been seeing with this new method, using the portal and going to the out of bounds, all of this type of stuff, a lot of people are having issues with timing. They're saying, hey, my tombstone isn't here, or hey, I lost all my supplies. It's all about timing, guys. If you don't get this eliminated symbol while you are going through the portal, then you know that you did it incorrectly. So both of these methods together should help you a ton in making sure that you actually get this done and you get it done right every single time. Now, lastly, I want to go over a glitch that's been going around to do with the acquisition stash. Now, people have been filling up their rucksack, right? And then the last couple of inventory spaces or the last inventory space, they've been putting an elder sigil or a sigil into. Then they would switch to an operator with a smaller rucksack and it would actually replace that inventory space with nothing, thus forcing it into your acquisition stash. I highly suggest that you guys do not do this glitch. If you can, figure out which items in your acquisition stash actually count by swapping out an item from your inventory with one from your stash, and then click R on it if you're on PC or whatever the button is to actually stash it on console, and it should actually take that number that you have, let's say 12 out of 10, and decrease it by 1. At that point, you want to delete that item. Delete any items that count towards that 10 out of 10 so that you get back to 10 out of 10. If you are at 10 out of 10, you won't ever have items missing from your rucksack. However, if you do have, say, 12 out of 10, for example, and you try to exfil, you will be missing 2 items every single time you exfil. So this is just an in-video PSA that I wanted to give you guys and let you know, do not do that glitch. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.